afternoon, everyone. I'm back in my car. I just started working. I had to get up early this morning to be over at my mother and father-in-law's, so I didn't have a chance to record this morning, but I did pack my lunch today. I made my coffee. I brought the rest of my roast beef from dinner last night because I didn't eat it all. I probably have maybe like, I'm gonna say a quarter of a pound left, 2 hard-boiled eggs and 1 baggy bacon for lunch, but I haven't had a chance to break my fast yet. So my mother-in-law needed me to sit with my father-in-law today while she went grocery shopping. So she just got back from there. I helped her unload her groceries, and then I jumped in the car to head out and start working because I'm already getting such a late start today. As soon as I get a chance, I will get my food out and I can kind of eat as I drive, which is what I normally do anyway. That's not unusual. It's just a little later than I usually like to break my fast. So just wanted to touch base with you guys and let you know how my day was going so far. I did also, before I left the house this morning, put a beef roast, a small beef roast in the crock pot so it could cook all day. I'm gonna make that and try to make the Egglife wraps into noodles with it when I get home this evening. That's about it. Mike and I will be back with you guys later. Hopefully. He might be working tonight. It might just be me. I'm not sure yet. We'll see you guys later. Bye. So real quick, guys, before we sit down and eat, because it's going to be hard to tip our plates up and show you without dripping juice all over the floor. This is what we're having. It's the roast that I put in this morning and the Egglife noodles, which was a suggestion from my friend and subscriber Sherry. So thank you so much for that, and we'll let you know what we think. So Mike is with us. I didn't know if you were going to be here or not.
So what did you tell him I wasn't going to be here?
I told him you might be working because I didn't know what you were going to do about coming home to eat. I knew he wanted to eat before 7. I just didn't know if, you know, he would be home prior to sitting down to eat.
Now, was that before we discussed it or after?
That was before. It was first thing this morning.
I was going to say, because, yeah, I absolutely wanted to be home because I cannot, this schedule that we're on is the best schedule we've been on since we started this, so it's great.
I'm going to wait for you because we're going to try these noodles, but I kind of want to do it together. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
And
these are just Egglife wraps?
Yeah.
That first bite was very good. I mean, I
didn't have any meat with it.
I put a little bit of meat with mine, but I mean, you can still taste the noodles and they taste fine.
It's just like, it's kind of nice just having something with a little bit of a different texture than just meat. All I did was warm the noodles up after I cut them in the beef broth.
So yeah, that gives a little bit of flavor right there.
Yeah.
And who did you say gave you this idea?
Sherry.
Sherry? Magnifique.
So what'd you do for lunch today? Because I already told everybody what I had. I waited till you stuffed your mouth full.
I know.
How do you like the roast?
I love roast. And
I didn't put anything on this roast because I told you guys when we did our haul that this roast already had like a garlic rub on it. I didn't add anything to it. I literally just put it in the crock pot with like a cup of water, and that was it.
So for lunch, I took the rest of our roast beef that we got from Arby's last night because you ate more of yours than I did, so I had plenty.
I mean, that's what I did today too.
I took the roast beef, I took one of my baggy bacons, and then I did take some barbecue pork rinds with me as well, just in case. But by the time I ate all that meat, which I could barely eat, and the bacon, I was pretty full.
Yeah.
I did end up eating 3 pork rinds just for the flavor, just to give me a flavor, a different flavor, but it wasn't because I was really hungry. And I'm on my 3rd bottle of water today. My mouth has been so dry today. And
he messaged me, he's like, I'm so thirsty. My mouth is so dry.
I mean, it is, I've never had it like this, so I don't know what's going on, but anyway. So it was a good lunch, and I ate around noon.
I didn't get to eat till 1 because I was at your mom's. It was a little bit later.
Yeah.
I always have to kind of find a time when I can eat when maybe I'm going to be like on a longer delivery and I'm going to be in the car for, you know.
Right, so you can.
A little bit, yeah. So something else I did today. You guys know that Mike and I do the segment Break Down the Box once a month. We get the keto box and we taste everything in there. Well, we can't do that this month because of this. And I haven't really decided yet what I'm doing as far as February yet. I'm working on a plan right now that I'm going to talk about with you guys later in the month. But I went online, I pushed back the automatic renewal, so we won't get a box this month and we won't get charged for it.
Oh, I wonder.
Because those are $40. So to pay $40 for it and then just have it
not be able to
sit here and not be able to use it, and then I may not be able to use it next month depending on what my challenge is. So that's $80. So if I have to, I can go back in and push my subscription back like another month if I have to.
I mean, I could do it. You could eat the stuff that you can eat, and I could eat the stuff that you can't eat.
If I do no keto treats in the month of February, there won't be anything in there I can eat.
It could be a beef stick.
Oh, $40 for a beef stick. That's worth it. Anyway, I just want to let you know that I pushed back the subscription because for sure this month we can't do it. So.
And I didn't know you could do that, so that's actually a cool idea.
And that's about it for today. Just have to read my chapter in Dr. Berry's book.
As do I.
That's really the only thing on my agenda tonight, and trying to get the video up before midnight.
You made it by 5 minutes last night.
I got it up before midnight last night, but barely. And the night before it was like 5 after midnight. So
yeah, when it popped up on my phone today, when I saw the notification, it said 11:55.
I barely got it up in time. It's just by the time we get home, you know, it was 10 o'clock last night.
No,
so by
I
the
know.
time
Last night was a different night.
By the time you record and then edit and publish it and all that.
More broth?
There might be a little bit more in there. That's about it for right now, guys. We'll finish up our dinner, which is very good. And we'll get back with you when we're ready to wrap up the video for the evening.
Hey everyone, we're back. Look who it is. It's Mike and Dawn on Dawn's channel.
In case you forgot who we were.
Yeah, just in case you don't remember. Hey, we have bad memories, so it wouldn't surprise me if somebody else doesn't, you know, occasionally forget.
It's the end of the night. We can wrap up this video. I still have to get showered, and there's some other things that Mike and I still need to get done this evening, so we're going to get this probably wrapped up pretty quick.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just going to look pretty. You can wrap it up. We're a little loopy tonight because, you know, it's been a long week.
It's been a long week. It's Monday.
It's only Monday, I know. Anyway, the book. Let's get to the book.
Chapter 7.
This was actually, look, there's been a lot of great information in this book, but this is a chapter I've been looking forward to because this is the chapter that we all basically followed and were led to believe was the core truth about eating.
Yeah. So the lie in this chapter is that the USDA food pyramid and My Plate models offer the healthiest way to make food choices. If you follow them, you will have better health.
Yeah. What a bunch of malarkey that is. And I'm telling you, after you read this chapter and you look at the food pyramid, like I haven't seen it since I was in high school.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, we had to study it in school.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what he was saying, was that most people don't really look at it, and it probably, unless you're like intentionally looking at that, it's probably not going to affect your life too much. But the people that it is affecting and the people who have to use the food pyramid are places that are funded by the government,
right?
Which is our school cafeterias and our hospital cafeterias.
It didn't say this in the book, but I'm guessing that hospital cafeterias include nursing homes, rehab facilities,
they have
anything.
To follow the food pyramid.
And the only reason I say that is because, you know, of my dad, and we've seen the food that they get.
So this bad advice that the government is putting out there is really affecting our children and the people who are already sick, who are sick and need to be getting
sick because of the food pyramid.
Probably.
And it really just prolongs it.
I mean, I found that to be very interesting.
Yeah, it was very interesting. I agree.
One of the things he says in here is that obesity rates have increased steadily since the USDA introduced the food pyramid. And so since it came out, we're getting fatter.
Yeah, and if you're gonna, I mean, if you look back and you are gonna try and talk to somebody and explain to them about the food pyramid, give them that information.
Yeah.
Because they run hand in hand.
Right. Ever since it was introduced, as a society, we're getting bigger, we're getting sicker.
There's a little thing in here that I saw that you highlighted about, like, if you're told by your doctor, for example, in order to lose weight, you need to cut calories and exercise.
Yeah. He basically says if your doctor is telling you that the key to losing weight is to cut back your calories, exercise more, follow the food pyramid, that you should basically get up and walk out.
Right.
Like, that's terrible advice, and that means your doctor has done no research, and he's just parroting the information that he was told in school, and he's not learned anything.
Yeah.
So.
And you know, I read this and I think about my dad, who for 30 years worked out every day, or like 3-4 times a week anyway, exercised religiously. And he was...
Well, I wouldn't jump ahead because the next chapter is about exercise.
Well, and I'm just saying, in correlation with that, he had a diet, a specific diet that he ate every single day. And it was all stuff that you shouldn't eat.
Yeah.
Rice and, gosh, I can't even tell you some of that. I can't remember everything, but I just remember rice because it was
he
like
ate a
every
lot
day.
of rice, yeah.
But he ate a lot of starches and a lot of carbs, and he never lost a pound.
Yeah.
Never.
Well,
I mean,
you can't out-exercise
no,
a bad diet.
And that's what I remember most about some of the things that Dr. Berry told us.
One of the things I remember seeing in here was what the USDA does actually recommend as far as starches. Do you remember reading that and how many a day? Oh, wait.
Well, originally, I think it was like 5, and then they turned it over to,
like 11.
Yeah, they upped it to like 11 because the food industry said, hey, we need people to eat more starches and buy more foods, that whole grains. And
yeah, here it is. So after that, after the food industry got involved with the food pyramid, they upped the recommendation from 5 servings of grains a day to 6 to 11 servings of grain per day.
Mm-hmm.
These are the guidelines that our schools and our
hospitals
and stuff like that are following.
And what's worse is the hospital side of it, because I mean...
Oh, and you know what? You guys probably have had this happen. We know people who go into the hospital for one thing or another. It could be a knee surgery. It could be something else health related, heart, whatever. And maybe they are diabetic and they bring them potatoes and all kinds of starchy, sugary foods to eat. And that's supposedly the diabetic diet. They tell them, you know, oh, I'm diabetic, I need the diabetic diet, and those are the foods that they're giving them. They're not helping them at all.
Not at all.
I've had people who have had to actually provide the food for their loved ones while they're in the hospital because they can't eat that stuff.
Right.
It's just very interesting. The book has been fascinating. I mean, we're not even halfway through yet, so...
No. And the other thing about the book that's great is it's very easy to read. It is not written in a medical book. It's written for common folk like us to read it, understand it, and get the gist of exactly what they're trying to tell us.
And we are probably about a third of the way through it now. The chapters aren't super long. They're maybe 3-4 pages.
Yeah.
Is that right? So yeah, super easy to read. If you haven't started reading this, I highly recommend it. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up the video for tonight, and we will see you guys tomorrow, day number
10.
No.
Today's the 9th.
Oh, crud. Because we're on chapter 8, I got confused, but we're behind in the book.
Yeah. Today's the 9th, so tomorrow will
Today's
be day
10. We're in double digits.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. We are in double digits, and that means there's light at the end of the tunnel for those of you, like myself, that are struggling a little bit with this because this is new for us. I've never done this. One of your followers on your YouTube channel, I want to say his name is John, and he asked me if this was my first time, and yes, it is. It is my first time. It's been tough. A lot tougher than I thought.
Someone else commented, I don't remember if it was Jen or Jackie, said that day number 7 through 11 was probably the hardest.
Really?
Yeah. And I was telling Michael that last night, our son Michael. So sometimes if you see a comment that says Mike Johnston in the comments down below, that's usually our son.
Yeah, but both of us have the same name, and so...
Yeah, so people think it's him, and then it's like, why would he say that?
All the smart stuff they think is me, but the other stuff they should know it's my son.
No. So our son and daughter-in-law are also doing BBBE. I was talking to him about it last night, and he said day 7 he was having really bad cravings for like crazy stuff.
Well, what day was it that I was really craving a Coke? That was probably about 2 or 3 days ago. Today's the 9th, so yeah, about 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he goes, and when I
I'll
told him
buy
that,
that.
he's like, that makes sense because I was fine until then. He goes, and then I was literally looking at, they have 2 small children, a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old. And he's like, I was eyeballing their snacks. He's like,
Right.
He's like, I want to eat something. I
Yeah.
just don't know what it is. So, but I know that it's been a struggle for them, but they're sticking to the plan. Jackie did message us this morning and said that her work pants felt looser. So I'm happy for
And
that.
that's
and that
good
she's,
because-
and that she's starting to feel a difference.
Well, and yeah, she's noticing a difference. Like she doesn't
Mm-hmm.
feel like that she's a week to 10 days in and this has just been a waste.
right.
She clearly notices a difference, and she did tell me tonight, saw her for a minute, she said she's still having a tough time just eating all this meat.
Yeah.
Because she just has never done it before.
And like I said before, she went from the standard American diet to BBBE.
Yeah, hardcore. So
yeah, so she did not get any kind of
props
introduction.
to her. And,
yeah.
and the water she's been drinking, right? So she's drinking a ton of water. She's got like a gallon jug that she carries around with
She
her.
asked me for this for Christmas. Now, again, I don't think that anyone should try to drink a certain amount of water. I think you should just drink when you're thirsty. But she asked me for this jug. It's a gallon of water, and it's got lines on it. And all day long, it like kind of is supposed to help keep you motivated, like where you're supposed to be at throughout the day, to drink this whole thing by the end of the day.
And she's getting there.
Yeah.
She's legitimately getting to the point where she can drink the whole thing in a day.
That's
And
great.
I'm like, I'm holding up 2 water bottles, two
Like,
half-liter
this is it,
water bottles.
yeah.
There's only 16.9 ounces. I'm holding those up going, I'm lucky to drink 2 of these in a day.
Yeah.
Because I just can't do it.
I drink a lot of
I
water.
don't know. You and your
Without
son.
even trying, but I just like water. I
Yeah.
always have. So even when I was doing straight standard American diet and, you know, I would drink some Diet Dr. Pepper, I still drank a ton of water.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
anyway, okay guys, we're gonna go. We'll see you tomorrow, day number 10.
Yes. Have a great evening, everybody. Can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.